Teams change. Players change. They come and go. Got to fight through injury. And what it used to be for your team doesn't always stay that way. You know, you always hear about the glory years or, oh man, when this team was really humming, this is how they did it. Well, things have to change. And when we got to hear from Nick Chubb this week, it kind of reminded me, I think we're in for a change. With how we've seen this football team play their games, with the success that they have had over the years, Nick Chubb has been an immensely important player to who the Cleveland Browns were and what they wanted to do. I think hearing from him this week, really for the first time since his injury, going through the rehab, it gave me a little reminder. Sometimes things have to change. And it doesn't mean I want Chubb gone. It doesn't mean that I don't want to see him back on the field this year. But it's given me that little reminder, Ryan, that I think I might have to change how I look at the Browns and how I look at Nick Chubb. Do you agree with me? What are your expectations this season for Nick Chubb coming up with the Cleveland Browns? We'll hear from Kevin Stefanski as well, the newly paid Kevin Stefanski. Is he like a player? Does he get a fat little bonus for the signing bonus? I don't know how that all works, but nonetheless. We'll hear from Kevin Stefanski following his deal. We got plenty more NFL coming up. Who was the most notable loss for the Cleveland Browns this offseason? Of all the players that they had to let go, their most important departure. They went through every team. So I want to look at the Ravens. We'll look at the Bengals. Certainly look at the Steelers. And who did they have for the Browns' biggest departure? Ryan's already turning the gears over there.
I think I got it.
Trying to think who it is. We'll get to that coming up. We got to talk a little video game action. I've got the list of potential cover athletes for Matt. Where's Peyton? You said you would put a bajillion dollars
100%.
on your pick. We'll get to that. Tough luck for the guards yesterday. You had your ace on the hill. All right, you battled on through. Get fat this weekend. Beat up on the Marlins. We'll get to our boost. Reaction from the NBA Finals last night. We got to get to our bracket finals. We didn't post. We had a little off day yesterday with the show.
Forgot about that.
Ryan and I did the live stream with Tipico yesterday. So we'll get to that coming up. But we got the grid. We got the bracket. Time up, morning update. And it's a beautiful Friday right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Happy Friday. What a weekend, man. Get the NBA Finals again going. We got Belmont.
Yes.
Seize the gray, baby. Let's go. I got to get my bets going for that. We'll get to that coming up as well. We got guards this weekend, which are going to be fantastic. Browns OTAs going on as well. And shout out to Coach Stefanski. He had his charity event last night. I know a lot of people saw some of the clips. Watson was there. So obviously with Coach getting the contract, he and his wife announcing their charity to be able to help out Northeast Ohio. It's been a great week. Going to be an awesome weekend. Happy to wrap it up. Or better yet, get the weekend started. You know, when I was doing 5 to 7, we felt like we were starting your weekend off. You know, weekend starts at 5 o'clock on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
For some people,
5,
you know, it's 9 to 5, or some people a little bit later or earlier. So I just feel like we started your weekend. So we're starting off your Friday here. And again, summertime, what does summertime lend to? Taking Friday off, 3-day weekend. So we'll get to that all coming up. Want to start with the Browns this morning. So again, we had the show yesterday. Shout out to Tipco. Thank you so much. Did the live stream with the game. I think I did the math. I did 20 bets on that game yesterday.
How many did you hit?
What was your
net?
I was even. I think I was down like $2.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah, right. Filling our tax stuff out this year.
That's
goes,
my
how'd
dad.
your sports betting go last year? Man, you know, we're
Every single time my dad's like, "Oh, I just played Keno. I won $130." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you put 200 in the machine."
Yeah, but here's the
70.
problem. I'm down like from where I started yesterday. I'm down because of the freaking GD Mavericks. I thought 6 was a lock, man. Everybody told me about Porzingis, and you know what I didn't want to listen to? Kristaps Porzingis.
He was unreal.
Yeah, he was pretty damn good. You didn't even need Jason Tatum. I lost another boost. I had an easy little boost, 25 each for Luka and Jason Tatum. Thanks for showing up, man. I thought that was a lock. But we'll talk more about the game last night. Kyrie just getting booed incessantly. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. And honestly, my biggest takeaway from that game, I actually feel a little bit better about my pick of the Mavericks in 6? You say that's weird. You want to know why I say that? As somebody that has money in it, and I know there's people out there that say, you know, I'm a journalist to a point, but like sports media people, we shouldn't bet. Because now I'm sitting here rooting against the Celtics, right? Well, I'm rooting against them anyway. I have a little skin in the game. I'm rooting against them. Sorry. I think that was would you say that was like the best game that the Celtics could have had game 1? Good. Get that out of the way.
Maybe.
Get it out of the way. Good. Great. Get out of the way. You know what it's going to be for Dallas. It's going to have to be Luka and Kyrie, but we'll talk about the games coming up a little bit later. So we got a chance to hear from Nick Chubb on Wednesday. So again, we had the stream yesterday, so I wanted to get to it today. Hearing from Nick Chubb. And, you know, with that knee injury, which one of the other things, I keep replaying it in my head. And, you know, like when you hear about it, you're like, all right. And you go back to the hit and all that kind of stuff. To hear from Chubb and to kind of hear where he's at and knowing that these answers are what I expected. I didn't expect him to come out on Wednesday and go, oh, you know, I'll be on the practice field on August 15th, right? I know the day I'm coming back. This is an ebb and flow thing. He's getting through it. First question up and a follow-up question, part of this too. Sound courtesy of the Browns. Nick Chubb, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm getting better every day, you know, taking it day by day, getting better. Just right now, trying to get stronger.
Are you satisfied where you're at right now?
I like where I'm at. You know, I'm where I need to be. I would say that. You know, the biggest thing for me is just getting better every day.
I mean, that's, again, on this schedule, on this timeline, the doctors are looking at it, the rehab, all that other kind of stuff. Next question up, which is a very interesting one. What are you able to learn having gone through this injury at Georgia? Nick Chubb from Wednesday.
I would say it does help, just knowing how to attack it mentally and knowing, you know, I might not be at a certain point where through the rehab process that I want to be, but I know, you know, just taking it day by day and the weeks add up and the months add up and eventually I'll get to where I want to be.
Trust the process. Who was that?
The Sixers.
That's it. Trust the process.
Well, don't compare Nick Chubb to the Sixers.
No, let's not do that.
That's the last thing.
That's the last thing we should probably do. You want to trust the process that you're going through. And I think it, obviously, for him to do that at Georgia, and I would imagine that at a point when that happened, Nick thought, my career is over. And all he did was come back from that and turn himself into one of the best running backs in the NFL. So there's optimism for that. The final question here, and there's a couple of things we want to get to, but for how we're going to start here. Nick Chubb, do you feel like you can get back to being the player that you were? Question Wednesday, sound courtesy of the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see. You know, it's not my first time going through this, so been through it before. But, you know, my whole goal is to get back out there.
He can't say anything beyond that. I want to post this question. I want to leave it up to you, Ryan, kind of how we want to word this. I want to see where people are at. Ryan's ready to go with it.
Crack the knuckles.
Have you ever seen how many words you can type a minute? Remember that used to be a big thing?
I'm very fast typer.
Did you have to take typing?
No.
See, I'm that old that I took a typing class in school.
I think they should still do it.
You want to know one of
nowadays.
the exercises? It was it was actually, I don't know why, it was a core memory of mine in like 7th grade. My technology teacher, and dude, when I tell you these computers were from like 1982, these were some old computers. And they actually had the rubber cover on. You don't even know about that, do you? There were rubber covers.
Over the keyboard?
Over the keyboard. And then, did you ever have to put the dust cover on the computers? No. Oh my God, don't even get me started, man. You're taking me back to a time.
Well, like, you know how to write cursive, right?
Yeah, but I probably should. Have you ever seen my handwriting?
I really don't.
I have the handwriting of a 6-year-old.
But I can't really write it.
I can write my name. I no joke have discussed getting an adult handwriting book. I'm that embarrassed by my handwriting. I have no penmanship. It's sad.
I don't either.
So when I was at school, the computer, everybody said dust will kill computers. So you had to have dust covers when you were done with class. You had to put the dust cover on. They had the rubber cover on the keyboard. And one of our exercises was over like 3 classes, we watched Remember the Titans. And our teacher said, I want you guys to type notes. And at the end, we're going to take a test on the movie, and you got to type. So basically, the whole thing was being able to dictate while things were happening and how fast you could type.
I could easily do that.
So I don't remember. I don't even know what my words per minute are. Sorry, we digress. Talking Nick Chubb. Ryan was all excited to put the question out. And I was like, how many words can you get a minute? What are your expectations for Nick Chubb? What are your expectations for Nick Chubb? And the answers, again, are kind of however you want to put him, Ryan, because I guess I'm just going to start with where I'm at. Any sort of Nick Chubb that I get is a bonus. I don't expect him to be the same player that he was because that bar is so damn high. Elite is a word that sometimes can get thrown around. Nick Chubb at a point was elite, absolutely elite, and by some measures, the best in the game, the best running back in the game. I cannot have those same expectations. And I'm going to take it down even another level. There are people that are trying to wonder, when is he going to come back? How many games is he going to miss? I don't think he's going to be there for the start of the season. Maybe he will be. Ryan, I'm looking at it of anything. If I get Nick Chubb in there for 2 carries and 6 yards on this year, that's a bonus for me. And you laugh because there might be people that have different expectations.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not, it's just that's so sad.
Yeah, but that's kind of the talking about the transition of this team.
Oh, you're right. Though.
And that's the sad reality of where we are. And are you ready to put it all on Jerome Ford and Naheem Hines and Deontay Foreman? And they didn't really make these moves for the running backs and all that other kind of stuff. There's another side of it. I'm okay with living in that world because this has to be on Deshaun Watson. This has got to be on Deshaun Watson. Now, you'd like to get him a back like Nick Chubb, but I am just the lowest of bars. And I know that Nick Chubb is working really hard. We'll hear from Stefanski. I know that, I want to have the belief that he's going to get back. Ryan, I'm sorry. I'm so pessimistic. I have got nothing for Nick Chubb. I've got nothing. I have no belief that he's going to be able to get back to the player that he was. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. And that would then again help me of just saying whatever I get from him is a bonus. But I'm shifting my priorities here. Part of it is Watson. Part of it is knowing that this shouldn't be a team that's got to run the football 25 times in a game. This has got to be more on Deshaun Watson. Could it be more of that running back by committee? That's what a lot of teams want to do. Say what you want about the committee that they have. Okay. I am really just, whatever Nick Chubb can get me is great. That's it. I didn't want to put yardage on it. I don't want to put games on it. Whenever he comes back, I hope he will be healthy. I don't think they're going to bring him back until they know he's fully healthy. Whatever you get from him is fine with me. So again, how do you want to put that for your expectations? Back to elite, like 50% of what he was, or I don't have any expectations? Because that's kind of where I'm at. I have no expectations for him. I'm not saying that he can't come back from it. He has. He's a little bit older now. He's been through the NFL before. Like, I don't think it's, I also, are there fans out there that are just snapping their fingers going, he'll be fine. He'll be good. Don't worry about it. He's come back from this. There are just so many people that are going to that card of he's done this before. And I go, it's never that easy. It's never that simple. And I want him to be able to contribute to this team. I'm not ready to just turn this. And I like Jerome Ford. I like what they've done. I'm not ready just to turn it over. What? You're Cincinnati Bearcat?
No, I was just about to word it as 50% of the Chubb we love. And then I was like,
that's too many words. Probably too many words. 50% of the Chubb love. You do what you want. You're the master of the Twitter over there. But you get what I'm saying? Like, do you think he's going to get back to what he was somewhere in the middle, or you just don't have any expectations of what Nick Chubb is going to be or what he's going to be able to give you? And as the Browns go through this offseason, it's probably kind of the same thing. They're solely focused on Deshaun Watson, as they should be, right? This offense is going to go off of him. So you go into it, if I'm Kevin Stefanski, I'm almost going into it saying, pretend like you're not going to have Nick Chubb. Like, that's pretty much where I'm getting it. I'm acting like I won't have him. Because even if he gets back out there, I just don't know if he's going to be the same guy anymore. And he's proven us wrong. He's a beast of a man, right? Squats and, putting up 900 pounds on the squat or whatever he's doing. You watch his eliteness on the field. I just got a sad thing to say, Ron. I don't know if we'll ever see it again. And that's that ebb and flow, and that's that change in players. Is it weird for me to say that I think that Nick Chubb might be in the twilight of his career? As a running back?
First of all, when you look at his age, that's not it's Nick Chubb, so that's not necessarily a concern for him as it is
See,
most
that's
backs. But the thing is, running backs now, once you get past 25, 26, you got so much tread on your tires, it's difficult. Plus, you factor in this is his second season-ending injury, and this one might have been even worse than the one at Georgia.
Right.
So he has everything stacked against him.
That's what I'm saying. And again, I believe he will come back at some point. I know he's going to play for the Browns again. That was Andrew Berry's goal. That's his goal.
I mean,
he'll come back.
For example, look at guys like Todd Gurley. Look at guys like...
That's a great point. Like how fast it falls off. How fast it can just go away.
And Todd Gurley wasn't just a running back. He was the best running back for like 2 years in football.
Right.
Which Nick Chubb was.
That's right. And then now even Derrick Henry, who runs in a little bit of a different style. Like Christian McCaffrey is a side of kind of being a unicorn in his own little area, his own little eliteness, and Chubb was a part of that. It's just, I guess I'm preparing, like, it's over. Like, I feel so bad saying this, and I want to be proven wrong. I think the eliteness of Nick Chubb is over. And it's two-part. It's the injury, but it's also that this offense is not going to need an elite Nick Chubb. You want an elite Nick Chubb, sure, but I don't think you're going to need that anymore. You're going to have this change of you had to run the football back then because you didn't have a quarterback and you had an elite offensive line and Nick Chubb was the fucking man. A lot of that has changed. You have a guy that's supposed to be an elite quarterback. Your offensive line is not really all that elite anymore, and Chubb's coming off this injury. It's the shift. It's the shift that we don't want. I would love to have Nick Chubb be here for 12 years and be good of your, but it's just that's the change. That's the flip that I'm having with it. And it's an inherently negative conversation, which I don't like having. And I have positivity that he's going to come back. I'm just happy that he's going to be here, that he's not going anywhere. But for people that just want to, oh, he'll be back, he'll be fine. I'm not in that camp. I just can't be in that camp. I'm not. So I'm going in, Ryan, to our Twitter question this morning, at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a follow there if you can. Stream there every morning. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're up on Twitter as well. What are your expectations for Nick Chubb this season coming up? I've got none. I've got nothing. I don't think he's going to be, again.
So your voting won't nearly be the same?
Probably. Yeah, probably of where I'm at. Where are you at?
Well, Matt, I saw The Dark Knight Rise once.
Like the movie?
When I saw Batman break his back, when Bane broke his back.
You've not read Nightfall, which is a great arc.
And he saved Gotham.
Great comic book
and
arc.
Nick Chubb is the Dark Knight.
All right.
And we're going to see him return. I'm going back to elite. I'm never counting out Nick Chubb. There's one player I learned that is just a different breed, and I will never put normal expectations on. It's Nick Chubb. He's earned that benefit of the doubt. And maybe I'm being a little bit hopeful.
That's
but
fine.
I'm never discounting Nick Chubb.
There's nothing wrong with that. And again, I believe in Nick Chubb working hard and doing all that. I just think there's a shift coming. I do. Other things from Chubb. First up, this got a lot of run when he said it on Wednesday. Nick, do you believe that we go back a long time, it feels like? Was that a dirty hit from Minkah Fitzpatrick? Here's Browns, or courtesy of the Browns, Nick Chubb on Wednesday. Do you think that was a dirty hit?
Oh, I don't think it's a dirty hit at all. I'm not blaming him. It's part of the game.
All right. I said it was dirty when it happened. I still think it's dirty. And I think that might be Nick, not wanting to rile things up there. But it's kind of, he was the victim in that case. So it's like if he feels like it wasn't, then okay, I guess it wasn't. My knock, and I don't want to go back to it because then I just keep replaying in my head and all that kind of stuff. My issue was he was already in contact with other players and Fitzpatrick went low. That's my issue, is that it was a scrum. He was fighting forward and Fitzpatrick still went low on him. And I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. The fact that he was already wrapped up with somebody else, that he had hands on him from somebody else. And I understand, I've never been on an NFL field, and there'll be people yelling at me that I don't know crap. In a split second to make that decision, he went low. I thought it was dirty. I'm sorry. I'm not going to change that. I appreciate Nick feeling that way. And again, he's been on the field, so he knows. If he says it wasn't, it wasn't. Final thing from Nick Chubb, what did that mean to be able to get this deal done, the restructure with the Browns? What did that mean to you, Nick Chubb, from Wednesday?
Yeah, definitely a blessing. They could have cut me dry and left me hanging, right? But they did a great job. I want to be here in Cleveland. They know that. So we came to a great point.
All those trains in Berea, man. My whole career out there. There's two things in Berea: the trains and when they don't take the dumpster out. Because we used to do press availability where there was only a chain link fence between us and the garbage compactor. Oh, God, in early August. Oh, my God, right? You needed a gas mask out there. It was so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not. Just, that stink. And it's like trash from a giant facility. The other thing is if the day we'd be talking, because, again, they always just do the press availability there. They'd be loading the trucks because that's where the dock is, and they'd be rolling out carts, and it'd just be like, and people are trying to ask questions. Like Nick said, they could have just cut him and high and dried him and said this is a business and all that. That speaks to Barry, Stefanski to a point, but probably more Andrew Barry, to say not every player is going, but this is one that is special to us. I think it sends that message to the rest of the team. If you work hard for us and you are that player, we're going to take care of you. You know where I stand on the whole damn thing. I don't want Nick Chubb playing football for anybody else ever. A little piece of my fandom will die the day that I see Nick Chubb play for Seattle or lace him up for the LA Rams or the I don't want to see that ever. And a little piece of me will die that day. So I ask Andrew Barry, please don't let that happen, okay? And I don't think there will. And they give him the restructure. It made a lot of sense for the Browns, rightly so, just to fix up the salary cap and things like that. But it also, they are leaving that door open, Ryan, for the exact question that we're asking here, right? If he returns to eliteness or even the level of 50%, that's still a damn good back that you want on your football team. Then when you add in what he means to his teammates, what he means to this town, what he means to this fan base, I'm glad that some of that superseded it, right? If you went to an AI bot, like if you created an AI, an artificial intelligence NFL general manager, Nick Chubb is not on your team. There is no way, right? That AI bot would give all the money to Deshaun Watson. Well, they already kind of did. Give all the money to the receivers and say, we'll just draft somebody, right? That's the AI version. They didn't do that. And I think that was right on. And I'm glad that there's a little element too. I'm sure Nick appreciates that. You heard it there. That means something to me. It does. Because, again, I just want Chubb here. Whatever version I get of him, I do want him here.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns certainly didn't have to, but then at the same time, it's kind of like they did, because for what Nick Chubb has meant to your football team, if you were to just kind of let him go, like after all he sacrificed for you,
such a
the
bad
message that it sends
it?
to not only the fans, us, but to the rest of that locker room, like your point exactly, of you put out so much of your effort and your heart for us, and for us to just turn our backs when something you couldn't control happened, something so devastating, something so emotionally damaging.
Yeah.
To leave you hanging and dry, that's not a stigma you want on your organization.
No, and I think, again, it's the message that you send to your players. We're going to take care of you. This is a business. We've got to make the right business decisions here, but it's still people. It still comes down to the people, and we care about this person. We want him here. And whatever you see out of him this season will tell the future, right? This is basically another one-year deal for him. And you see where you play it out from there. Let's flip over to Kevin Stefanski. He also spoke on Wednesday. We'll hear about his contract in a second. But here's Stefanski talking about Nick Chubb and what he's seen from Nick during his rehab. It's Kevin Stefanski from Wednesday, courtesy of the Browns.
He's working like crazy. I know everybody wants to know, when and when's he going to do this, when's he going to do that. I know this. He is working like crazy, and I get to witness it in our building. I get to see him in our meetings. He's a huge part of our program. He's a huge part of what we do, and I'll let Nick speak for himself, but I get to witness him work firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're just working towards this whenever he can get out on the field. That'll be an exciting day. I know that day. It'll come hopefully in training camp that he gets out there for the first time. I'm sure he'll have that red no-contact jersey on. He'll go through some individual drills, and you'll start to get excited about it, start to feel like he'll be close. Probably PUP list. Probably, miss the first couple of games, first month, something like that. And again, when you get him back, you'll get a version of what Watson is without him. You get him back in there, and you see where it goes. Well, obviously, the big news as well this week was the extension for both Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Barry. Here's Stefanski talking about the deal and the excitement that he has to be able to get this done and be able to focus on forward. Here's Kevin Stefanski and his new contract extension.
Have conversations with ownership after every season and sitting down with Jimmy and sitting down with JW, and obviously to entrust myself and Andrew that their family has given us that that trust to be here is a big deal. So with D and Jimmy, Whitney and JW, I mean, they've been ultra supportive of us in a football way and in a personal way. They've been great to our family, so really excited to continue to partner with Andrew, and we have work to do.
Next up, Stefanski talking about working alongside Andrew Berry.
I think for Andrew and I, it's a partnership where we take our job seriously. We really, we understand the jobs we have in this town. We understand our fans and what they want this team to be. So we're just going to focus on working, every waking minute to get this thing where we want it. But I just come back to this is, for the organization to trust Andrew and I speaks to what we've been able to do, but we have plenty of work to do. Fortunately for us, we got some great people in this building, coaches, players, staff, so we'll just continue to work.
That's the thing. You talk about them laying the foundation of what they've already done. You're able to build on that. But when he said partnership, that makes it sound like, yes, Kevin Stefanski is important to Andrew Berry, and Andrew Berry is important to Kevin Stefanski. They don't fight over who gets the credit. They don't fight over when things go bad. They're in this together. And to see the success, all that does is tell you guys are doing the right things. Now, they want to win a Super Bowl, and Stefanski talked about that, and that's the goal to bring this to this town. But for right now, when you, again, go back to trust the process, when you believe that what you have put in place with these two guys, it's working on the field, it's working off the field, just keep going. Just keep doing it. Now, again, you got to have success. You got to keep winning. You got to keep doing all those things. But when you start on that base to say you guys are on the right path, you're on the right direction, there's been tangible success with how you're doing things, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep working. And all that extension does is just signifies to the players, to the team, to everybody out there, these are the guys. And it really, I think, but it's important to tell everybody these guys are good. You've seen Goodfellas, right? Mm-hmm. These are the made men. These are the made men on this team. Do you want to know one of the biggest issues that the Browns had for a long time, Ryan?
They hired dumbass people.
Their made men were players. There were players that felt like they were more important than coaches. I told you it was a very famous incident that a player told his head coach to shut up because I'll be here a lot longer than you will be.
Who was that?
Am I allowed to say it? I don't think it's...
Why would you not be allowed to say that?
Because I just heard this. I wasn't there. Obviously, nobody, I think, was there.
Well, okay, just tell me what coach.
It was allegedly...
You can just tell me, was it Hugh?
No.
Before Hugh?
Yeah.
Like way before Hugh?
No, it was Pet. Allegedly. It was a cornerback that wore the number 23. That allegedly said that. I don't know, but that's just what I was told.
He wasn't wrong.
I mean, now, and I'm not saying that you don't have guys on this team that are paid and are going to be here, but you have now signified to everybody, these are our guys. And it comes back to surviving potentially blow-ups, rebuilds, the Watson deal, all that other kind of stuff. This tells you these are our made men. These are the guys that come hell or high water, because there's going to be turbulent times. You're going to hit rough patches. And we trust these guys to navigate us through this, right? Why are the Rams all in on Sean McVay? Well, you wouldn't win a Super Bowl with him, sure. They're going through some tough times, but you believe you're going to come out the other side. You believe, because I'll tell you this too. Like, obviously a lot of people are talking about since 1999, and they're going to be the longest tenured coach GM combo and all this other kind of stuff. When Romeo and Phil got their deals after 2007, it's because you felt like we've turned the corner and we're all in. But you really look at it and you say, was there enough substance to believe that is 1 year? You can look at these guys and say there are two tangible seasons apart from one another that showed you how good they can be. Kevin Stefanski, being a two-time NFL Coach of the Year in separate seasons, tells you how good he can be. Andrew Berry nailing draft picks almost every draft. Find me a draft that you have not found an impactful player out of. And sometimes that's all you need is just one. And there's a couple that there's multiple. And I don't count. We'll see what Michael Hollins Inter have and all that kind of stuff. But year after year, they just keep proving we know what we're doing. We will continue to steward you into the future. That tells the rest of the team, believe in these guys, because they're not going anywhere. So you start with that level of confidence. You start with that level. When they say things, people listen. And it wasn't that easy. When Kevin Stefanski showed up as a rookie head coach, when Andrew Berry showed up as a rookie general manager, they say things, you're like, all right, we'll see how it goes. Now it's like, you better listen. It's not to an Andy Reid level. It's not to a Bill Belichick level. But now these guys have the backing of the organization. These are good things. These are good things. And I think as Stefanski said, one of my own personal mottos is the work starts now, right? Like anytime I've hit an accomplishment or I've done things or started something new, I would say the work starts now. Oh, hey, Matt, congratulations. You could start on ESPN Radio. Yeah, that's great. The work starts now. Hey, we get a brand new show here on Big Play. That is awesome. I'm so blessed to be here. The work starts now. Hey, you guys are coming up on your 1-year anniversary. That's fantastic. Work starts now.
I like that.
Work starts now. Every single thing. And for players, hey, man, you made it all-pro. Good. Work should start now. Hey, you got your fat contract you can retire on. Good. The work starts now.
Matt, I was debating working out today because it's Friday, but
the work starts now.
You just inspired me.
The work starts now. What better day than today? And again, sometimes people want to rest on their accolades, which is fine. Accolades get you to the point that you're at. Just keep that mindset. Work starts now. Every little thing, your personal job, your kids. My son, we put together a dinosaur yesterday. His birthday, he got these put together dinosaurs. Hearing him try to say Velociraptor is my new favorite thing in the world. Count of 3, your favorite dinosaur. Velociraptor.
Oh, yeah,
John
definitely.
Stamos. Good housekeeping. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Look at my son. Hey, you put that dinosaur together. Congratulations. Work starts now, buddy. Get your college degree here.
So you had a good week of birthdays at your house?
I was going to save it for later. Let's do it now. What's this question? Do you celebrate your pets' birthdays?
Yes.
Okay.
Let them know what you did. Hashtag let them know.
We forgot our dog's birthday yesterday. So our dog, Alvin,
That's
he's
unacceptable.
8. He turned 8 yesterday.
8?
He's 8.
You gotta.
He's 8.
You gotta
Don't
cel-
start. No, I don't want to think. Stop that. He's got plenty of years to go.
No,
He's
he
got at
does.
least 10.
He does.
He's a smaller
10.
dog.
I don't
He's
know about
fine.
10. I don't know about 10 more years.
Oh, stop that. He'll live forever.
Dogs don't live till 18 usually.
I know. Come on. Don't do
Mine
that.
will,
Don't
but-
do that to me.
Mine
Don't
will,
do that
but-
to me. We forgot our dog's birthday yesterday. Now, to be fair, our son's birthday is this week. We've had 2 different parties
Your
for him.
son will have more birthdays than Alvin. That's messed up.
Well, he's our son.
I don't care.
Usually,
Who
like,
was in your life first?
Alvin.
Yeah.
Alvin was.
Yeah.
Clearly. We've had him he's 8.
Yeah, you forget.
Which, dude, I
Unreal.
remember the day we picked him up. Got him
you
from
forgot your first child's birthday.
He's not our first. Okay, that's another whole ball of wax if you want to get into that. People, I understand that I love my dog.
It's your family.
I love my dog. I do. And I've had dogs my whole life, and I love my dog. He is, and again, I've had good dogs. I've had bad dogs growing up. He is the best dog in the world. I trust him around my kids. He looks out for my kids. He's funny. He runs around. He is the best. I love my dog. But he's not my kid. And I know there are people out there that treat their dogs like kids.
Your son could grow up and betray you one day. Your dog would never.
Your
do
dog
that.
would never do that. You're right. There's a lot left for our kid. He could just turn out to be a real jerk. But we forgot our dog's. Do you celebrate your dog's birthday?
Yes.
Put that out on a Twitter question. I want to know. And celebrating a relative, we would normally go to Dairy Queen and get him a pup cone. We would do that. We forgot. We booked him a vet trip today, though. So that's happy birthday to him. He gets to go to the vet today. That'd be fun. I think
Like dog/cat.
I just said pet. Do you celebrate? Because some people, I don't know, if you're really into your gerbil or your hand, what is the most useless pet out there?
Fish.
Yeah. I never got gerbils, hamsters. The people that are into the snake and lizard and reptile
Rats.
things.
Ugh.
Who keeps rats?
I know somebody has a rat.
As a pet?
Yes.
What are they, Brooks and Shawshank Redemption? What is that?
It's very gross.
Oh, no, that's not Brooks. No, the guy in Escape from Alcatraz. No! The little mouse.
An Escape from Alcatraz?
Yeah.
What's that? The main dude's name?
Well, Frank Anglin.
Yeah, that's.
Or not
the
Frank
twins,
Anglin. No,
the
the
twins?
Anglin brothers and Frank. I almost want to say Frank Castle. No, not the Punisher. Oh my God, Clint Eastwood. Frank. Oh my God, what a good flick though. By the way. Why is my mouse bugging today? Frank Morris, and then Charlie Butts. Litmus was the guy that had the mouse, and he would feed him stuff, and then he died of a heart attack. Poor mouse. I think Frank took him with him when they tried to leave. Who has a mouse? Gerbils I don't get. And thankfully, our son loves our dog. That's the only pet. We'll get another dog maybe one day. We had a cat. Cat hated the kids. He had to move on to my uncle's house. Done with cats. No gerbils, no hamsters, no reptiles will ever be in my house. We grew up, my brother had lizards and frogs. Hell no. No. No turtles. We're done with that.
What about a tarantula?
Nope. And I'm afraid of snakes. I don't like snakes, so I will not have a snake in my house.
I'm definitely afraid of spiders.
See, spiders don't bother me so much, so I don't really care. But like a pet should be something like a cat or a dog. I can pet it. I can play fetch with it, whatever. The stuff that you just got to keep in a terrarium. What's the point? Like, do you take your gerbil out and just pet your gerbil? Pet your hamster? What do you do with that?
You walk them?
You put them in a little ball. I do know people that have like leashes for their cat. They have the little backpack for their cat. We're not that crazy about it.
Can we ever bring your dog to work day?
Yeah, but what would your dog just sit over there? Like Alvin,
my dog would just sit right here.
When he sees other dogs, he goes crazy.
Oh, see, mine would be.
He goes crazy.
My dog would be terrified of your dog.
So like my friend, one of my good friends, Pat, he has a dog, Dublin, and we'll take over for like play dates and stuff. And Dublin loves to run. So like Alvin, they'll play all day. Alvin will play until he falls over. But like when he sees other dogs, he just loves going up to them. And just, so if your dog was here.
My dog would just sit there and stare at your dog.
Okay, then Alvin would just be up in their grill going, what are you doing? What's going on over here? Can we play? Is there a ball in here? What's going on? I feel bad we forgot, and so I texted my wife and I go, did you, I go, we forgot Alvin's birthday.
That's
and she goes,
so messed up.
She goes, I actually didn't. She goes, it reminded me that it was his birthday yesterday, but we'll go to Dairy Queen. We'll get him a pup cone today. It's fine.
It's just not the same.
It's fine. Now, should I celebrate his adoption day or his birthday? So we got him from like a breeder.
Like your gotcha day. I do the
like
birthday.
gotcha day,
I do
right.
birthday.
Like we know the day we got him, but also like they straight up said like he was born on June 6th. Like
Mine-
that is
yeah,
his birthday.
Mine is March 1st.
So the story was
Mine
and
is COVID dog.
And it wasn't a mass breeder. Puppy mills are terrible. They need to be outlawed. I don't know why they're still a thing. So there was a breeder out on the east side, and he's a schnoodle. So he's supposed to be half schnauzer, half poodle. And we saw an ad, and my wife and I were living together, and we go, maybe it's time for us to get a dog. We were going to go pick up his brother. So we drove all the way out there. We show up, and the lady goes, I got some bad news for you. The dog you came to see, somebody just picked him up like an hour ago. I'm like, damn. They're like, well, we have a couple others. Do you want to see him? And we go, sure. So we sit down on her deck, and here comes this little puppy around the corner. And I go, damn it. I go, that's the one. We scoop him up. We take him home. Then she called me back a week later, and she go, hey, the brother got returned. Do you want the brother? We didn't take him, though. We're like, one's enough for us.
Yeah.
So, but Alvin's the best. I will tell you, I feel bad that we forgot his birthday. So we'll make up for it today. What's our poll at right now? Do you celebrate your pet's birthdays?
Honestly, closer than I thought. 57-42.
All right. So vote on. And again, celebrating a relative of like you give him an extra treat. I'm not cutting a steak up for him tonight.
Oh, I got my dog a cake.
Yeah, they have little dog cakes. We'll get him that. We'll get him a little
I
pup
sing
cone
happy
from
birthday
Dairy
to
Queen.
her.
We used to. But see, here's the thing. Now I feel like we missed an opportunity with the kids. Like,
Facts.
if we told him, like, hey, but here's the thing. My son is all about this. Like, it's his birthday time, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to step on
probably
that.
Selfish.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've sung happy birthday to him 4 days out of this week. Because we have leftover cake. We got, for his actual birthday, we got him something. So every night we just sing him happy birthday. We're like, hey, man, go to town. It's your week. It's your month. You can do whatever you want. That's fine.
What age do you stop caring about your birthday? Because I don't give a damn about mine.
I think my 21st, because you talk about the biggest birthdays, like 21, my favorite birthday I ever had was my 30th birthday. My wife threw me a bash, man. All my friends were there. We rented out a bar. The best birthday I ever had was my 30th birthday. So after that, I don't really care. Wait a minute. What's that?
Our boost.
Why did they add Josh Bell?
He had to make it for Ohio trending. I don't know.
All right, we'll get to our boost with the Guardians coming up in a minute.
It's a fat boost.
It's a fat boost. I'm in on that. We'll get to that coming up in a little bit. Brown's horse says you're a jerk if you don't. I forgot, man. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Matt didn't wish me a happy birthday. So
When's your birthday?
January 20th.
I didn't know that. Maybe you should. How would I know it's your birthday if you didn't tell me? Do you know when my birthday is?
It's June
Yeah.
13th.
I'm not I'll tell you this. At 34, I'll be 35. My birthday's secondary. And again, my son's birthday, my dog's birthday, we got it all in the month. So it's all what it is. All right, vote on that. Do you celebrate your pet's birthday? Are people just going to rip me for forgetting my pet's birthday?
I mean, they should.
Yeah. I do, and I'll put it this way. I feel bad about it. It's not like I'm happy about it. I forgot. I feel bad. Here, I'm gonna quote retweet and be like, we forgot our dog's birthday this week. We forgot our dog's birthday this week.
He probably knows and he's sad.
I'm sorry, Alvin. Here, I sent him a tweet. How about that? To make up for it. All right, back in the NFL we go. Ryan thinks he's going to bet $1 bajillion on who the cover athlete of Madden is. We'll get to that in a second. CBS Sports this morning, though. The biggest offseason departure for every team across the league. So this was written up by Tyler Sullivan. Came out yesterday. The biggest offseason departure for every team. Now, you felt like you had one, right?
So let me ask you this. Does it have to be a player?
Now you spoiled your answer.
There you
It
go.
does not have to be. The answer is
Bill Callahan.
Bill Callahan is correct. And that's what Tyler writes up here for the Cleveland Browns. He says, one of the strengths of the Browns in recent seasons has been the offensive line. That unit put a dent in this offseason, this team, when they allowed Bill Callahan to leave the organization to coach for the Tennessee Titans, who's now being coached by his son. I said it then. I'll say it again. You can't block that. You can't. And I think that pull of Bill Callahan, how could you not go help your son or your daughter? In that situation, you're the best at what you're the best plumber in the world. You're the best accountant. You're the best carpenter. You're the best whatever. And your son or daughter's got a job that they need the best at who they are, and you're it. How do you not go do that? Money aside, job title aside, you go do that. So it is what
If you were going
to
to be the best thing in the world at something, what would it be? Like,
I
what
would hope radio host, but no.
What would you say you have the best chance of being the best at something?
Oh, you mean like really?
Like legit. Like obviously, me and both aren't probably the best at something in the world, but like if it had to be something, like, what would you say you're the closest to being the best in the world at? Like it could be anything.
That's a great question. Certainly not golfer. If you had to ask like one thing, if you could just if you could just take a pill and you're the best at something, it would be golf. I would love to be the best golfer in the world. I don't know. I don't have many skills. I don't have many skills. Like, I think I do fine doing the show. I'm not Jim Rome. I'm not, Dan Patrick or anything like that. I think we do all right.
Way to be humble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a realist on things. But if I had to be the best at something in the world, what would it be?
Certainly not remembering birthdays.
No, it's not that. I do pretty well betting on Call of Duty. I don't know. That might be. I don't know. I hit pretty often when betting on COD. I don't know what to tell you. That might be it. Maybe that's my niche.
There you go.
Maybe I'll just flip over. I'll leave this and I'll just become an inside Call of Duty bettor.
There you go.
There you go. Make $1 bajillion doing that. So it's Bill Callahan, and yes, I think that's obviously the right answer. You want to go around the AFC North?
Yeah, let me guess.
Biggest loss for the Baltimore Ravens.
Is it a player?
Is a player. Most of these are players.
Because I was going to say you can make an argument as Mike McDonald.
That's a damn good answer, but it's not the one they went with.
So it's a player.
Yeah.
Was it Patrick Queen?
It is Patrick Queen. That's exactly right. Second team All-Pro linebacker, left, and I think it even hurts worse that he went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati Bengals, biggest loss for them this offseason.
So I can say, is it a player? Because you could make the argument it's Callahan.
Brian Callahan.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a player.
Is it DJ Reader?
No.
Is it who the Bengals?
It's an answer that, yeah, I would think that DJ Reader might actually be higher than this player on the list.
Really? Geno Stone?
No.
Oh, no, they got Geno Stone.
They got Geno Stone. T. Higgins isn't gone yet. Trey Hendrickson not gone yet. Tyler Boyd is gone, but it's not him.
Oh. Jonah Williams.
No. Joe Mixon.
No.
That's what I said. I was like,
No.
Mixon finishes his tenure ranking third on the franchise all-time rushing list and second in rushing touchdowns. They signed Zach Morris in free agency. It's the same thing. You got Joe Burrow. You don't need to worry about Joe Mixon. I don't think that was it. Biggest loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh. Deontay Johnson? Don't tell me he's Kenny Pickett or something.
What? Now, I guess I'm going to bail Tyler out. It's their most notable offseason departure.
Oh.
So notable, yes.
So it's not the biggest, it's the most notable.
I said most notable.
Okay.
But like some of these, like the 49ers lost Eric Armstead. Seattle lost Pete Carroll, right? Like these are big ones. Tennessee lost Derrick Henry. I guess it is a blurred line of notable versus best, but they did notable. So, yes, you would agree that Kenny Pickett is the most notable departure, but also the most welcome departure, I think, for the Steelers.
Literally.
Like, you know what the Bears one was?
The Bears one, what was it, something stupid?
No, it's Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah.
Again, most notable versus, like, maybe most impactful. I do think the Browns one is the most impactful while also being the most notable. What else did you lose? What else did you lose?
When originally you said player, which that's the best part. There wasn't many we lost. We
no, you are very stacked. You were not the Ravens that lost everybody.
I was gonna say probably Taki.
Yeah. That right, and that you're living in a pretty good world when that is the thing that you're looking at, saying we lost our starting Sam linebacker. That was it. So again, it was notable, but still version. All right, I want to ask you this because NFL.com, Bobby Kowack, whatever. He does all their video game stuff with Madden. And he put out a list of the top contenders for the cover of Madden. So I think they've blurred those lines a little bit because now they have multiple covers, right? They did the legacy one. I still say, Peyton Hillis aside, you know the best cover of Madden? When it was Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu. Yeah. That cover went so hard.
Was that 10?
I think 11, then Hillis was 12.
Hillis was 12.
Yeah, I'm going to run through the list here for you. I haven't bought Madden in years, and I don't think I'm buying it this year because I'm buying NCAA. Every Madden, I just wish I could find the Wikipedia here. Madden NFL video sports game. The Madden curse is always, that's definitely it. Games list. Okay, John Madden was on the cover all the way up until 1993. Madden again. All right, here's a great damn trivia question for you. Who was the first player to be on the cover of Madden without John Madden?
So what year?
So John Madden was on the cover from 1988 all the way up to 1999. Now, again, remember, 99 was Madden 2000, and 2000 was 2001. They always do the year later, right? So the first player to be on the cover of Madden without John Madden, because like Barry Sanders and Dorsey Levens were on the cover with John Madden in 1999. 2000, the first player to be on the cover just by themselves.
Was it Sean Alexander?
No, that's a great damn good guess. I had the Sean Alexander game. That was 2006.
Oh, so we're going earlier than
that. 2000.
2000.
Here's your I'll give you a hint. It was also a running back.
It was also a running back?
Yeah.
Eric Dickerson?
No, not that. No, not that far ago. 2000. 2000 for Madden 2001. So running back. It was on Windows, PS1, N64, Game Boy Color, and PS2. This was also the first game that was on PS2. That's why they did a player cover.
Running back.
I can picture it. I've seen it. Actually, I think I owned it.
It's not LT.
No. Eddie George. Eddie George. Marshall Faulk in 2002. Mike Vick in 2003. Ray Lewis. Donovan McNabb. Sean Alexander. Oh, man. Madden 08 with Vince Young on the cover. Go Google that intro to Madden. Chills. So good, man. Holy cow, was it good. Because they still had the big hits in it before they couldn't play those anymore. And it was like, just, you want it? Let's go. Just, oh my God, chills. I'm going to go watch it and break. Then Brett Favre in 9 or 8. The Polamalu Larry Fitzgerald one was Madden 10, 2010. Then Drew Brees. Then Peyton Hillis in 12. Calvin Johnson. Barry Sanders and Adrian Peterson, and they split it. Yeah. Sanders was on Xbox and PS3, Xbox 360. Peterson was on the new gen. Then Richard Sherman in 15.
16 Odell?
16 was Odell Beckham. 17, Rob Gronkowski. 18,
Brady.
19,
19, Madden 19. Wasn't Lamar, was it?
No.
Wasn't Mahomes.
No, you actually got the next two. Mahomes was 20, Lamar was 21, Antonio Brown was 19, but then remember they did Terrell Owens on the Hall of Fame edition in 19. Again, 2021, Mahomes, Lamar. Brady again and Mahomes in 22. Then back to John Madden with his passing in 23. Do you remember last year's cover athlete of Madden?
Oh, God. I haven't bought a Madden.
I do, but I remember it. I remember who it was.
Was it a quarterback? It was.
It was.
Wasn't Rodgers.
Rodgers now plays in the same division as this guy.
Jets. Bill. Oh, Josh Allen.
It was Josh Allen. Josh Allen a year ago. So that's just getting you up to speed on Madden. So again, Bobby runs through. Do you want to guess before I give you? So he's got a list of 3 top contenders, and then an out of the box, 2 out of the box, 1 being extremely out of the box. Okay. So give me your pick, and I'll see if he's on this list of the 3 contenders.
I think it's almost the perfect storm for the next cover athlete to be Justin Jefferson.
He is on this list. Justin Jefferson.
I would say Christian
McCaffrey, and 1 more.
Tyreek Hill.
No. Got to get a quarterback. So you have a receiver and a running back. Here's a quarterback. Here's Bobby's pick for the quarterback. It's a little outside of the box.
And so it's not going to be obviously one that's already been on a cover.
It's not Mahomes. It's not Lamar. It's not Rodgers. It's not Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts?
No. CJ Stroud.
See, okay, I was gonna say I didn't know. I thought that was gonna be the out of the box.
Right,
because he's so young.
Stroud's resume obviously isn't as lengthy as some of the other notable guys, but the 22-year-old made an immediate and impact and catapulted himself to superstardom with a debut campaign. You got to remember too, who's buying a lot of these games? Younger players get a younger guy that's hot and heavy. I'm surprised they didn't go with Kelsey. Or do you think they could go with Travis Kelsey? Guy just won the Super Bowl.
I mean, if you're riding the Swift mobile.
That's exactly my point.
Could be.
Could be. His number 1 out of the box would be a tip of the cap to a future Hall of Famer, Aaron Donald. And then his is just crazy. What if you put Justin Tucker on it as a kicker?
No thanks.
That's not happening. I know that. I think I like Justin Jefferson.
Just got paid to face the league.
It's got to be Justin Jefferson,
That's
right?
What I'm saying. That's what
Gotta be. Is it weird that I don't think it's Christian McCaffrey in any way?
I could see them doing a split of Jefferson and Chase.
Oh, I'm sure. And now they've done this over the last couple of years where they do, again, a Hall of Fame edition or they come back and all that kind of stuff. I tell you, man, nobody's buying this, man. Everybody is going to buy NCAA.
Yeah.
And that's $100 if you want the early access. And I know people willingly handing their money over for NCAA. I've not bought Madden.
Last one I bought was Lamar.
The last one I bought was Tom Brady, 18, and I only got it because it was on sale for $5. I think I played like 2. The last Madden that I think I actually like played a lot of was probably the last year of NCAA.
I couldn't tell you.
Because I imported players. Like I made a player. I always wanted to play as a safety. I thought a safety was the coolest thing. So I played 4 years at Ohio State, and then I imported myself into Madden, and I played for the Browns.
Yeah, I did pretty good on Madden covers, but like I couldn't tell you any 2Ks or any of the shows.
The shows would be really tough. You want to see how well you do? MLB The Show.
I think the newest one was Vlad.
I think it was too.
And I know Tatis was on one.
That's the one that I bought because that was the first one that was on Xbox. I hadn't played the show in years because I didn't have a PlayStation.
The one that I gamed the hardest on was Roy Halladay.
As
he was on the cover. I mean, that was probably 10, 12 years ago.
I got it back to 06. Are you ready?
Yeah.
06 was David Ortiz, then David Wright in 7, Ryan Howard in 8, Dustin Pedroia in 9. Joe Mauer went back to back. He was the cover athlete in 10 and 11.
That's dumb.
Adrian Gonzalez in 12. Andrew McCutcheon, which I remember that one in 13.
Yeah.
Miggy Cabrera in 14. I would give you $1 million if you could name the 15 athlete.
Is he not good or?
I just don't know how the hell he got onto a cover.
15.
15.
Who won the series in 15?
Dodgers.
He's on
was
the
the
Dodgers?
team. He was the team on the Dodgers, and he also played for the Indians.
Really? Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
It's Puig.
Yasiel Puig
Yeah.
made a cover.
Yeah.
Donaldson, Griffey Jr., Judge, Bryce Harper, Javi Baez, Fernando
Hey.
Tatis, which again I bought because I was the first one who's back on Xbox. Shohei, Jazz Chisholm of the remember we won that of the Marlins, and everybody's like, what?
He was on a cover?
Yeah, of 23.
He's on my fantasy baseball
And
team.
then Vladdy last year.
Yeah.
Vladdy for that. NBA 2K covers.
2K, like, oh, God.
The last 2K that I bought, I think had Vince Carter on it.
Wow.
Oh, no, that wasn't even NBA 2K. That was NBA Live.
Yeah.
I had NBA Live back in the day. Kobe. Well, 24 was the Kobe Bryant edition, the Black Mamba edition. Devin Booker was 23, but there was a Jordan edition because they come out with 1,000 different ones too. Like technically, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird were on a cover there.
Oh, are we going to see Caitlin Clark on the cover?
She should be, yeah, eventually for the WNBA one. Luca in 22. They also did a 75th anniversary. I can't run through all these, man, because literally each year there's 5 different ones. 21 was Dame with another Mamba edition. Zion Williamson had a cover in 21. Anthony Davis had one. Dwayne Wade had one. Giannis. LeBron in 19. So those are all the 2K covers. So you feel pretty strongly you think it's going to be Justin Jefferson.
I think so.
I would probably have to agree with you. I'd have to agree with you. Again, I'd listen to maybe it being Kelsey, but I'll roll. I think Justin Jefferson makes a lot of sense. Again, for the younger generation, for all that kind of stuff, it is what it is. You got the boost?
Oh,
It
yes.
is a fat one.
It is a very
fat one. Guards, let's go. Now, they added this Josh Bell thing.
They did.
We just went guards money line, Jose Bing Bong, and
Naylor, 2 bases.
Naylor 2 bases. They're going to go with Josh Bell under on that.
Under 2 bases.
That is the largest boost we have ever done.
Plus 3,523.
So again, it's under 2.5 bases, right, for Josh Bell?
Under 1.5.
Under 1.5, so a double we're sunk. You need him to strike out, ground out every time. Folks, Tipico right there. Load it up. Here we go. Use that code Fontana150. Deposit $150 with that code, and you'll get 2 $75 protected bets. I don't even want to know what a $75 protected bet would be on that. Here we go. Boosts. Just shooting from them. $75 would get you $2,000. It gets you $2,500. $2,500. I'm gonna go $5 to win 164. Boom, done. You see the little check right there? I'm in. Code Fontana150. Terms and conditions apply for new customers only. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. We lost out in the game last night. I thought the Mavericks would cover. They weren't even close. We'll talk about that in around the league coming up. We do have this weekend. You've got golf going on. You got Guardians back in action. NBA Finals. Folks, Tipico's where we had a great day with our live stream yesterday. I got hooked, man. I got a healthy, good hook there on some of our bets live. And again, we got that interest of the rapid bets because you and I had never really ventured into that, Ryan. You know, we're on the morning. There's not much going on. But, like, you got golf. I got live for the Kia Tigers and the Dunsan Bears in the South Korea Baseball League there. You got an international soccer friendly. You like the Czech Republic or Malta?
Malta.
Apparently, the Czech Republic are a giant minus 600 favorite.
Even better. Go Malta.
Malta plus 1,300 there. Put $1 on it. It's all there, folks. You got baseball all weekend, all night. International soccer friendlies. Poland and Ukraine. This one's close. This one's plus money any way you pick it. Poland's plus 155. A tie is plus 220. Ukraine is plus 175. Anything? Nothing?
We already gave Ukraine a bajillion dollars, so let's go Poland.
All right, go Poland. I like your thought process there. Folks, get it going. WNBA action. What do we got tonight? Fever Mystics. Caitlin Clark and crew, 2.5-point favorites over the Mystics tonight.
How many WNBA players do you think you could name?
10.
10?
10. You know, obviously, like, okay. Caitlin Clark, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Iskanu. Obviously, everybody knows that Kennedy Parker girl now. Carter. You have Aja Wilson, Sue Bird, right? Still, or did she retire?
I think
she's still
no. I think she
okay. Diana Taurasi's still playing. That's it. Sue Bird's done. Diana Taurasi's still playing.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Cameron Brink.
J.C. Sheldon, former Ohio State Buckeye. Cameron Brink, high draft pick. Oh my gosh, who's that other guard?
Aaliyah
from Ohio
Boston.
State? Aaliyah Boston. There's another guard from Ohio
Casey
State.
Sheldon or whatever.
No, I said Casey Sheldon. There's another one. She was drafted a couple years ago. So I mean, groundswell's there. We're working on it, and I know there's like a really. Layden Deladon stepped away. I think.
Yeah,
I think she stepped away. Candace Parker retired.
But Skylar Diggs.
Skylar Diggs, yeah.
Kelsey Plum.
See, look.
Shout out Darren Waller.
We're on it. There you go. Did he put out a diss song?
Yeah.
Is that what I saw?
He put out like a heartbreak love song. I don't know. A rap. It was horrible.
Somebody told me this 1,000 years ago, and I think it's so true. Most musical artists want to be athletes. Most athletes want to be musical artists. Like, they just wish that they could flip. You know, there's something like Dame Lillard's really good. Here's some of the things that but all athletes want to be musicians, and most musicians and are musical artists, they all want to be athletes. That's why I see a lot of them courtside. All right, good stuff on that. I can't do either. I can't play sports and I can't sing. So sit here and do a radio show. Bet on Call of Duty.
I can sing a little bit.
I'm sure I could. I just refuse to do it in front of people. You know, in your car, you're belting out some songs. It is what it is. All right, let's catch our break. We come back. We'll dive into the morning update. We'll get to our grid to wrap up the week. Plenty more coming. Browns, Guardians. We'll dive into a little bit of the Cavs, where they stand. Of course, Game 1 recap of the NBA Finals last night. All comes your way next. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. And you saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the.
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
right, Chubb on to it. Ryan's got the stories you got to know. Game 1 of the finals in the books. Did not quite go our way, but we'll get ready for this weekend as well. Plenty of other things to get to. Ryan, please take it away.
All right, well, the Guardians drop one to the Royals 4-3.
Right?
Jose Ramirez goes yard. He gets his 60th RBI of the season already, which is just absolutely nuts.
Pretty good.
But the Guardians look to bounce back as they begin a series in Miami against the Marlins. Logan Allen on the mound today. Marlins, they got Ryan Weathers going. Guardians still a 4-game lead in the AL Central.
And the thing is, Miami, bad. They're 20 games below 500. I know you're in Miami. There's a Miami flu thing for basketball. I hope it's not the same for baseball. Take care of business. And I think it's also, now that you had this little shift where you had the off day because of the rain, you were going to push Logan Allen back anyway. Like, are we greasing the wheels for Gavin Williams to come back? Like, I know the easy answer is this. You move Cookie, right? Either you move him to the injured list or the fake injury, you put him in the bullpen. But, I need to see a little bit out of Logan Allen here tonight. And I think there's got to be pressure on him to understand that he is not locked into this rotation by any stretch of the imagination. There's only 2 guys you say are, Lively and Tanner Bybee. That's it. I'm even having my doubts now about Tristan McKenzie. Can I get you Logan Allen on the year? Now, here's the crazy thing. He's 6-3. He's 6-3. Am I crapping on Logan Allen here? He had 3 straight wins in the month of May before he lost to Colorado, and we just got shelled. He only won an inning in 2/3 and gave up 7 runs. Here's the thing, though. Across 6 starts in the month of May, he gave up 20 runs. 20 runs in 6 starts, and 2 of those were 7 spots. Gave up 7 to the Tigers and 7 to the Rockies. Got that stellar win against the Twins, 5 scoreless innings. It's either like that. You either gives up 7 or he gives up 2. There's no in between one. I guess none. But what I'm saying is, he had 2 back-to-back starts. He shut out the White Sox in 6 innings, shut out the Twins over 6 innings. I might do a little boost today. I like Logan Allen to get the win. You can bet that, for him to actually get the win. He's due.
Do you like the Guardians to win today?
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
Do you like it by 2 runs or more?
Yes.
Plus 140.
You know how I do on the minus run and a half. Yes, I like them actually very much to cover a run and a half here. Get right. And again, I thought that series with the Royals was fine. You got a good win, rain out. You had that just getaway day. It's a day game. It's a fluky kind of game. Get fat. Go sweep the Marlins. Seriously, this is one of those series that you sweep. And I think it is a little shift for Guardians fans, where I imagine this is a little bit like what Yankees and Dodgers fans are, where there are series that are just like nuisances. You know what I mean? They're just a nuisance. You get up for the big series. This series against the Marlins is a nuisance. It doesn't mean I don't need to win these. The Marlins are beneath you. Be gone. Be gone. Sweep them. You got to take it serious, but go out there with a little bit of fire, maybe a little pissed off on how yesterday ended, and go out there and take care of business. They have no business getting a win against you. Sweep this 3-game series. Continue your lead on out. You're in a great spot. I want to see I'm feeling good about Logan. We should put him in the boost. We're feeling good about Logan Allen.
All right, well, after what seems like an eternity, the NBA Finals finally kicked off last night as Boston gets the win easily, 107-89.
Tired.
Luka Doncic drops a game-high 30, but that's not enough as all 5 of the Celtics starters are in double digits. Kristaps Porzingis, 20 points in just 21 minutes, and he was dominant on both sides of the ball.
I want to know the ratings from last night. Is it out? Is it out?
The plus-minus?
No, I'm talking about TV ratings.
Oh.
I'm talking about TV ratings. I should probably put TV ratings. I mean, I had no mo for that game. And by the way, the teams looked like ass to start. They looked like they were off for a week. It was kind of what you expected, right? Like you said, Luka's going to score that. It was kind of an off game for Kyrie. And I don't know if the booing necessarily got to him or what. I mean, they were you knew that was going to happen. I guess we should have known, right? Boston came out 37 in the first quarter. Came out strong. Porzingis, they got nothing for him. They're going to put Gafford on him. Lively got into foul trouble. And they beat him by, what was that? 18? They got the win by? So be it. I mean, whatever. I still like Dallas in the series. I still think they're going to win it. But dude, that layoff just took so much out of it for me. Like, I sat down, so I was like, all right, I want to watch this game, right? And it was close early, some sloppiness here and there. And then when I saw Boston just start pulling away, that stretch at the end of the first quarter where, like, Hauser hit that three, like, barely touched his fingers. I go,
that was crazy.
This game is over.
That was nuts.
This game is over. And Dallas going to have to rally and understand, like, we know what we need to do. You know you are going to have Kyrie and Luka lead you. Kyrie had an off night. I assume they'll bounce back, but a really just kind of a crappy game. And I don't think the layoff did anybody any favors, so it is what it is.
All right, well, UConn coach Dan Hurley is traveling to Southern California today to meet with the Los Angeles Lakers. Hurley has not made a decision about exiting UConn for the NBA, but there's momentum, according to Woj. Hurley informed UConn's administration on Wednesday of his interest with the Lakers and his players on Thursday.
What do you think is the better job for him? They posted it this morning on ESPN Radio. What do you think is a better job for him, the Lakers or UConn?
In terms of what?
Just the better job. Put in that what you want. Money, longevity, however you want to look at it. Because if I were him, I'd be like, I'm staying at UConn. You're not going in. Like, they would have to, you'd have to have an insane stretch of, bad basketball for you to get fired from UConn. He's almost like legacy. I don't want to say Gino Auriemma level, but he's there. The other side of it is, do you want to keep dealing with this bull crap of college sports right now? Transfer portal, NIL money, like, do you really want to keep doing that? To go to the pros, though, to go somewhere like LA, and let me ask you this. Are the Lakers really that interested because of Bronny's development?
No.
Because, but imagine this. What if LeBron said, I'll stay. You hire this guy to help my son.
Then yes.
Now, but you're also then playing the game that Bronny is coming to LA, and that's not a for sure. Would you sacrifice something like that to keep LeBron around?
I mean, what's the other option, Redick?
Yeah, which also you would think is the thing. Now, some of the things I was reading on JJ Redick, do you feel like he dodged a bullet by not going there? He's got a good thing cooking with the media. I don't, to be a coach, you really gotta want to be a coach. And I'm sure JJ Redick is flattered by it. If I was him, I'd be like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good here. I'm good with what I'm doing. Dan Hurley, there's no loser in this for Dan Hurley. He's either going to get and again, if money is your ultimate goal, here's the thing. If I'm Dan Hurley, I actually go to the Lakers. Get an obscenely stupid contract from them. And if it flames out, you're telling me that teams in college wouldn't be lining up for him in 3 years? Of course they would be. Now, if he feels like he's really building something at UConn, with everything that UConn, because remember, again, the Kevin Ollie situation that they had there, they ran through a lot of coach. They found somebody. They don't want to let him go. So either goes and takes this fat paycheck with the Lakers, or he goes back to UConn and goes, where's my money? Somebody told me this a long time ago. You won't make a lot of money doing what you do until somebody else wants you. Until you are in demand for doing what you do, you're not going to make a lot of money. Dan Hurley's got this opportunity. If I'm him, I'm taking the LA job. I'll take that contract, and then I'll go back to college in a couple of years. And maybe things will settle down with the NIL. I do think, maybe this is wishful thinking, both on basketball and the football side, the next couple of years, this NIL crap's going to get knocked down, man. They're going to figure out the right way to handle this. They're going to figure out the right way for this transfer portal. You just went 1,000 miles per hour. This was brand new, and it just exploded on the scene. And you got guys asking for Lamborghinis. You got guys asking for millions of dollars. Eventually, this stuff is going to get capped. Eventually, they're going to figure out a way to make this work. I've already laid out what I think they should do. You get 5 years from your graduating year of high school. Say that you just graduated. The year is 2024. You have 5 years. You have until 2029 to use up 4 years of eligibility. You get hurt, there's your one redshirt year. You want to transfer, you get one free transfer. You want to transfer again, you lose a year of eligibility. That's it. Get DJ Ongolele the hell out of college football.
I was going to say DJ Ongolele would like to have a word.
Get Stetson Bennett out of college football. And I know he is. But the same thing for softball and track. You get 5 years to use up 4 years of eligibility. You get one-time transfer for free. You want to transfer again, you got to get a year of eligibility. That's simple. You tear your ACL 3 years in a row, sorry. Luck is not on your side. Don't know what to tell you, right? So maybe if they get that figured out, and I will sell that idea to the NCAA for $60 million. I just came up with that number. That's just my number. So sell that to them. It's on the table. They can have it. But that's what I think they should do. So eventually, maybe Dan Hurley can say, now's a good time for me to step away. And I think it also just, when he comes back, like, look at Fred Hoiberg, right? Where's Fred Hoiberg? Remember him? Is he at Nebraska? He is. So what did he do, right? He led Iowa State to all that stuff, got the job with the Bulls. He was there for 3 years and went right back to Nebraska. Now, I don't know. I don't think he's done very much in Nebraska. Whatever, is going on there. What's he doing in Nebraska? His head coaching record. He left Iowa State. Isn't that crazy, man? He only got to the Sweet 16 once at Iowa State and got the Bulls job. At Nebraska, he is 63-94. How have they not fired him? He actually just signed a contract extension because he got Nebraska back into the tournament. Great. Good job. Like, Dan Hurley would have the pick of the litter for a job when he comes back. I'd take it. I go to LA. I'd take it. I would.
All right, well, lastly on the morning update, Matt, we know next year the NFL's kickoff is going to look vastly different as they adopt the XFL format. And the NFL's best kicker, Justin Tucker, has taken notice. He says that in the XFL, kickers have been involved in 25% of the tackles with the revamped kickoff play. He's put on 4 pounds. He says, quote, "This might be really surprising to a lot of you guys and a lot of my teammates, but I don't hang out in the weight room too frequently." He's looking to put on a little bit of weight, as he might be involved in some more tackles next year.
I'm excited to see this. There's some clips of the Browns working on it. I know Vrabel's been a big part of it. I want that play back to being a meaningful part of football. It should be. I want it to be safe. I think they're doing the right thing. I'm very intrigued to see that, but you're right. Do you want Dustin Hopkins rolling down there? How did he pull his hamstring last year, Ryan?
He dove for
chasing after a guy. It's the same thing with a quarterback, right? You throw a pick. Some people tell your quarterback, get away. Just let him go. Just let him go score the touchdown because it's not worth you hurting yourself.
Over, under 1.5 kickoff return touchdowns week 1.
Oh, week 1? See, I like where you're going because that's so early. Teams will eventually adjust, but it's early enough that somebody might have the upper edge. Let me ask you this. Who do you think will have the edge to start? The return team or the kickoff team? Really into it now. The X's and O's of football. Get Bubba Ventrone on this show. I'd love to talk to him.
The return team.
I think the kickoff team will have the advantage.
Really?
Because their game has not changed. They still got to go tackle. It's the return team that now they're right in front of you. Now it's this shift in stuff. I think the kickoff teams will have the advantage because it's still the same thing. You just can't run. You're making your contact. You get over, you swim, you go make the tackle. Like the kickoff return team are the ones that, all right, we're all on this line. I basically have this guy. And the returns of the UFL, because I watch, I don't want to say a lot of UFL, but like it's on a Saturday and a Sunday, you're damn right I pop it on. Wishing well for Greg Williams and the DC Defenders. And I'll watch it and I watch the kickoff and think, you're right, there's a lot of good returns. Guys get to the edge. But I would also probably tell Dustin Hopkins, make a business decision, bro, and get the fuck out of the way. I don't want you getting hurt. I don't need you getting hurt, man. Get out of the way. Don't worry about it. Scores a touchdown, so be it.
You want Cade York back there?
I mean, he's still not on the team. Is he? He's still here? Is he not?
I believe so.
All right, there it is. Is Cade York in the grid today? No Browns today. No Browns. Plus, he never played a game for, where did he go? Tennessee?
Went to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right. All right, you know how grid goes. We'll finish on a strong note here. We screwed it up this week. But we start next week. The gambit is out there. If we do a full week of not missing one, we get a prize to give out to the fans. That's in the book. So here we go. Up and down, left and right. Had to have played at least a game for each team. And what do we have? 1,000-yard receiving season, correct?
Yep.
Go.
All right, Ravens, 1,000-yard receiving season. We could go Anquan Bolden. We could go.
But
he played for the 49ers?
He played for the 49ers. Go ahead, if you'd like.
Guess I can't spell Anquan.
There it is. Did Zay Flowers have 1,000 last year?
I don't know, but I'm not banking.
Oh, Mark Andrews.
Has he had 1,000?
How could he have not?
I mean, that's a lot of yards.
That's a ballsy pick right there with Mark Andrews.
Oh, well, we could just go Odell. I don't think it had to be with the Ravens.
Well, now we'll know. Put it in there. Put Odell. What? No.
You could put him for the Rams.
Right. Unless you come up with another Ravens player, I'd rather not mess with that. Just put Odell there.
There's got to be another player.
Oh, Mark Andrews had 1,000 yards. Yeah, Mark Andrews. God, who are some of those other? Quadre Ishmael?
Torrey
Smith. That's a good pull there. All right, we knocked out that whole first row. Falcons. Julio.
Do Julio. I don't think he didn't play for the Niners.
No, just do Julio. And I was like, Emilio! Future Madden cover star, Justin Jefferson.
There you go.
Has he finished his career out in Minnesota? I feel extremely strong on this answer.
Probably not.
No way in hell he does.
No.
Absolutely not. All right.
Where are you going to start?
Oh. Falcons 49ers. Is that not Alex Mack, former Cleveland Browns center?
Did he go to the 49ers?
I'm almost positive he finished his career out there. I know he went to, no, not the Secret World of Alex Mack, which was a great television show. San Francisco Works. Yep, because he retired there. He finished it out there. Went Browns, Falcons, 49ers. Do you know that Alex Mack was the center on the All-Decades team in 2010?
I believe
you know
it.
that? He was that damn good. He was. All right, Vikings, 49ers.
Nick Mullins?
I believe you're correct.
Right?
Yeah. There's another one speaking to me, but go with that.
Didn't he play for Vikings?
Yeah, I feel more confident he played with the Vikings. I feel pretty good that he played for the 49ers. Rip it. Yeah, buddy. Remember that one? I want to go back because there's another player that's speaking to me on that. And I think it's Randy Moss. Is it not?
Didn't you play for the Niners?
I get him and T.O. confused all the time. No, I'm almost like, yes, it's Randy Moss. That's exactly what it is. 100%.
Rams, Falcons.
Not Cordell Patterson. Oh! You mentioned him earlier in the show.
When?
When we were talking about running backs, and you said this guy had a 2 years, and then just fell right off. Yeah.
One Todd Gurley.
Yeah. All right.
Rams, Vikings.
I feel like Sean Mannion works there.
I don't even know who that is.
Backup quarterback. Oh, he's a coach now. That's right. He left. Now, did he appear in a game? Oop, Sean Mannion. He spells with an S, or with an S, dumbass. With a W. Sean with a W. SHAWNMAN. Sean Mannion.
You sure it's not SEAN?
On his wiki. Oh, it is SEAN. Duh. Sorry, my bad. Let's go! Easy work. Yeah, go down. I want to do... Well, I guess not because it was Randy Moss. Hey, scroll down further because Padone stumbled on that. Go down even further. It just tells you the most popular. Yeah. So, Odell, who's most popular for Ravens 49ers?
Anquan Bolden.
Oh, yeah, okay. Any of the ones that we didn't get? Gurley was most popular.
Falcons, Niners, Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Vikings, Rams, most popular, Sam Bradford.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Sean Mannion played I guess he played more than I thought. 4 games for the Vikings, 9 games for LA over his career. So there you go. Nice little finishing on out right there for us on the week.
Said Alex Mack, Charles Steve Smith.
Yep.
Steven Jackson, Case Keenum.
Oh, Steven Jackson. That's a really good pull. Randy Moss. That's exactly the one I was saying. Mike tweets me too. Randy Moss and then Dion for Atlanta, San Francisco. That's another good one too. We don't really care about the rarity score there, but it's always kind of nice to go a little bit off the beaten path there. We'll see. This just came out. Wait a minute. This just came out from Pro Football Talk about the NFL Sunday ticket from Florida. I want to read through this, okay? The final bill could be an amount the NFL would have to dig. Here's what happened. According to the Associated Press, there was opening statements in a class action lawsuit against the NFL over the NFL Sunday ticket package. The plaintiffs contend that the NFL, DirecTV, CBS, and Fox have worked together to make Sunday ticket more expensive than it had to be. Duh. The NFL, represented by Beth Wilkinson, claims it's all about consumers having full access to content. So the issue is, in a nutshell, the NFL wants Sunday ticket to carry a price point that strikes the balance between generating significant revenue for the league while also providing a premium product, while not diluting the audiences who would otherwise watch NFL Sunday games on their local network affiliates. During opening statements, attorney Amanda Bond showed jurors a 2022 term sheet from Fox, which the company asked the NFL to ensure Sunday ticket would be priced above $293 for an 11-year term starting in 2023. So what they're saying is that the NFL has an antitrust thing going on because they own the Sunday ticket and they can charge whatever they want for it, and it's an ungodly price. Former head of the NFL Network, Sean Borstein, testified yesterday that Sunday ticket was always intended not to impact the ratings of the networks that paid good money for the games and the over-the-air rights broadcasts in various markets. Wall Street Journal took a closer look. They're searching for $7 billion in damages. Given that an antitrust law requires the damages to be tripled, the league could be looking at a $21 billion judgment if they lose this case. I guess it started like a decade ago. Basically they're trying to contend, and of course the NFL says they've done nothing wrong. They market as a way for fans to watch games of their favorite teams as long as the teams don't play in their market. So here's the point. If you own Sunday ticket and you're in Cleveland, you can't watch the Browns. You have to watch them on CBS or Fox. If you live in Pittsburgh, if you live in San Francisco, you have to have Sunday ticket to watch your team. But the thing is, the NFL requires fans to buy the entire package. So you got to watch all of it instead of just saying, I just want to watch the Browns. I just want to watch the Steelers. I just want to watch my team. I don't understand where they're... This caught my eye because it said $21 billion. The NFL could lose $21 billion on this. And what they're trying to sue for is they're not giving fans a choice. They're not giving them the option of saying, you want to watch the Browns, you have to pay $300 for this, and you get all the games.
It's monopolized.
Right. It's an antitrust thing. Right, exactly. They don't want the monopoly. The bottom line from Florio, the NFL will only change its ways if litigation dramatically affects its bottom line. A $21 billion judgment would do just that. So I wonder if there's this world that it changes what NFL Sunday ticket is. I will tell you this, and again, we live in this world where, like, you got to peak. What they add it all up, right? You got to have all of these outlets to get your games. But I sit here and I say this. I have Amazon Prime, not just to watch Thursday night football games. I have it because we order stuff off of Amazon. As long as I can watch my games on the side, great. Like, Peacock is one that bothers me because I don't have Peacock. But I watch Sunday night football because I pay for cable. But if you told me, these playoff games, right, that you have to have Peacock for, I'll pass on one playoff game. Because if it is the Browns, I'll still be able to watch it locally, right? The NFL loves to point out that it makes all of its local games available on free TV, which is fine. The question is whether the choice is referred to an available reasonable price or whether it's artificially inflated to force a Vikings fan in Pittsburgh to watch a Steelers game instead. I guess you want to know what? After reading through this, I don't have skin in the game. I'm not getting Sunday Ticket. I don't need it. I live in Cleveland. And I guess I would just say, if I lived somewhere else, that's the price you got to pay. I'm sorry.
Can't wait for Super Bowl 75 to be a Netflix exclusive.
Could you imagine that being a pay-per-view event? What if the NFL just went to that? Every game you want to watch, you got to pay money.
I'd throw up.
It'd be terrible. The biggest issue at hand with all of this are the TV people understanding we'll take the guaranteed money. You know, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. We would rather have subscribers than advertisers. And by the way, they'll still sneak in the advertisements when you subscribe, right? I pay for Amazon Prime. If I got to see that godforsaken Subway commercial again with Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes, I hate it. We're typical. I got to see that Kevin Hart DraftKings commercial again, over and over and over and over and over again, watching Thursday Night Football. I'm going to throw on the Fitzpatrick one, the Kevin Hart one, the Whitworth one. I'm sick of it. So what they want is a bird in the hand is I pay you my money to subscribe. They get that money. It's not from the advertisers that they look at, views and they look at this and all that kind of stuff. I get where it's going. But if they really get sued for $21 billion, I mean, it just all comes back to we all pay way too much money for our internet, for our cable, for what you want to watch. And I guess it comes back to capitalism. And if you want to watch this, you have to. You got to pay. But bro, I think about it that way. My cable bill is $220 a month.
Jeez.
That includes internet and HBO.
It's a car payment.
That doesn't include, what else do we pay for? Doesn't include Amazon Prime, which, again, we use Prime for other things anyway.
Netflix?
My wife has Netflix, but we're about to bail on it.
HBO?
That's part of my $220. That's part of my TV package because I just love HBO. I'll never get rid of it. So I get HBO Max on the side. What else do we pay for? We got rid of Apple. We got rid of Peacock. Oh, I have the Hulu bundle.
So do I.
So I have Disney Plus Hulu with ESPN.
So do I.
So add that up. If you want to add that charge in. It's a lot of money. And again, I know there are so many people out there that feel the same way. So now it's again, do you want to be able to watch these games? Well, you're going to have to pony up. How much is too much for the NFL? The answer is never enough. They will keep charging. They will keep getting money as much as they can. So you would think it goes back to the players. You would think it gets you a better product on the field. Really kind of doesn't. They don't really care. So they charged all this money. You got to watch it. But it just caught my eye when it said the league could be facing a $21 billion lawsuit. I was like, well, I got to click on this. Nothing's going to change. Because you want to know what they're going to say in court? They're going to come back and they're just going to say, you know what? You don't have to pay for it. That's why I think the antitrust thing is so weird. I get that they want to avoid monopolies, right? So that's why they bitch about the NFL playing on these games and fighting again. I understand that. In this one, if you don't want to go, don't buy it. You don't want a Mercedes-Benz because it costs too much? You don't have to buy a Mercedes-Benz. You don't want to have to watch the NFL? Well, then you don't have to do it. So be it. But anything to knock this down, I'm all for it. Hoops Wire. Zach Edey for the Cavs?
No thanks.
From Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. This is an aggregate. We probably shouldn't help aggregation, but whatever. Fedor.com. Cavs are preparing for draft by inviting some of their prospects for workouts. Jacoby Walter, Baylor. Tristan De Silva of Colorado. Johnny Furpey from Kansas, the Australian guy. Kyle Fipalski out of Duke. I'm trying to think if there's any other names that are... Obviously, these are not top guys. Zach Edey is on that list. And again, you don't know where these guys will actually go. Cavs might be in on that. Why the hell would you draft Zach Edey when you're trying to get rid of Jared Allen? Unless you really feel like, hey, we can do this again with this guy. What are you feeling for the Cavs draft? I feel like it's still on the back burner with the head coach and stuff, but you got the draft right around the corner, man. It's going to be a big day for them.
Bronny.
All right, what?
Bronny?
No, not that. Not that. He'll get drafted, I think, but it's not going to be here. All right, we'll dive into Time Up. I do have a movie for you. We'll get to that coming up. We'll get to our bracket. We'll reset the bracket. We'll let it run for the weekend, and we'll get to our boost again tonight for the Guardians. We got it all. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here in Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, two things in the NFL before we get to timeout. Welcome back. Fontana Show, streaming live every morning. We're on Twitter. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel at Matt Fontana Show. We're also up on Twitch. Preseason schedule is out, the official one. Cleveland goes Green Bay, Minnesota. Our finale is at Seattle for a 10 o'clock night game on the 24th of August. That'll be a late night for our drinking game, Ryan.
Yeah.
You haven't done the drink. We started the show after the preseason. You know about my drinking game,
yeah,
preseason drinking.
about it,
yeah, so we'll do that. So you got Green Bay. Both those games are at home, by the way, and afternoon games, 4:25. Green Bay on August 10th. Minnesota August 17th. Those got to be Saturdays, right? Yep, 2 Saturdays. 3 Saturdays in a row. 10th, 17th, 24th. 4:25 Green Bay home. 4:25 home against Minnesota, which you'll have your joint practices that week, by the way. And then your finale is at Seattle on the 24th, a 10 o'clock start Eastern time for us. So there you go. Final other thing from Flory. We were talking about the $21 billion for the Sunday ticket thing. He said all NFL fans should really be on the side of Team Mucky Duck. I guess that's the people suing, whatever. If the NFL loses, the full Sunday ticket will either become cheaper, and fans quite possibly could have the ability to get the package on a team-to-team basis.
That'd be cool.
So that's what he's asking for. Either cheaper, or you can just pick, you want to watch the Vikings, you want to watch the Browns, the Bengals, whatever it is. So we'll see how it plays out. I really don't have Sunday tickets, so I don't know. Whatever happens, we'll see. All right, into timeout we go. 7th of June, what do we got? Including 2 years ago today. Browns obviously had made the trade for Deshaun Watson. He's here, and the New York Times article comes out 2 years ago today that chronicled he received massages from 66 different women over a 17-month period, spoke to some of those women, and the 24th lawsuit dropped against him 2 years ago today. So he's navigated through it. I think here's how, I've talked about it a lot in my prior stop. We weren't here, and I'll tell you how I felt. I didn't like them trading for Deshaun Watson. I didn't want him here. He is here. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. And the real turning point for me was this. When the women in this case, I'm not involved in this case. I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened, and I was not victimized. So if the people that truly were accepted his restitution by taking the payouts or accepting that this is what happened, right? Like they took the money. If they are the ones that were wronged in this and they felt that that was restitution enough, who am I to judge? We move on. That's it. It's not about me, how I feel about Deshaun Watson as a person or what I think he did or what I know he did or whatever happened. I don't know. Wasn't there. But if they accepted it, then I must too as well. So that's where I'm at. We move forward. I need him to throw for a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards this year. That's it. And I know there's another one hanging out there and all that other kind of stuff. That's their business. But that article, we read through it several times. And I think it was all pretty clear. We all know what happened. Okay. I'll just put it that way. We'll just see. It is what it is. All right, NBA Finals Game 3, this day 2017. Cavs fall 0-3. Cavs led by 4 with 1:24 to play, but they didn't score in the last 3 minutes of the game. LeBron had 39, 11, and 9. Kyrie had 38. It wasn't enough. Warriors get the 118-113 win in Game 3 this day 2017. This day 2015, Game 2. Cavs beat the Warriors 95-93 in overtime. This set a record. It was the first time in NBA history that games 1 and 2 of a finals went to overtime. LeBron had 39. No other Cavalier had more than 17 to get that overtime win this day 2015. It's weird how things happen here. What was one of the questions we posed this morning? About my dog, right? Yeah. Do you remember when Chris Perez and his wife got caught getting pot delivered for their dog?
Sure did.
Happened this day 2013. Chris Perez and his wife Melanie were charged with marijuana possession after police discovered a package of pot at their house that was addressed to their dog. I mean, it's becoming legal. What's that all about? Like, when's that happening? I don't smoke weed, so I'm not against it in the least. I know people that do, that want to. Power to you. I think it should be legal, 100%. I feel like they're shocking that Ohio is dragging their feet on something, right? Because it's not.
I think, no, it's legal.
But, I don't see dispensaries all around. Or are there? Am I missing this?
I think
it's not really my world, so that's why I'm asking.
I think they're still working on setting all of the...
go figure.
All the contingencies.
Yeah, they're trying to drag this out. And listen, I don't want it around schools either, and I want it to be 21. It's like alcohol. I just look at it this way. Excuse me. People smoke tobacco. I have a cigar from time to time. It's a green leaf that comes out of the ground. Why is that one bad and this one isn't? It's just what I say to anybody. Oh, pot's the devil. It's devil's lettuce, man. Who cares? If you're an adult, you should be able to do what you want, okay?
You never lit up a J and walked into school?
I have never once smoked weed, ever.
What?
Yeah, seriously.
Ever?
And again, I'm not against it in the least. And I've been to plenty of concerts where I've smelled it, and sometimes it smells delicious.
You've never just wanted to try it?
Nope. Something about it. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know why. I've never done any drug. Seriously, I've never done LSD. Run down the list. Alcohol? And you would think, again, I drink alcohol. Caffeine, I have a cigar from time to time. And alcohol. That's it. And again,
I'd love to see you geeked. That'd be hilarious.
My wife has said that to me. She goes, you don't want it. And she's like, why don't you take a gummy, right?
No, don't take gummies.
She does. She very much wants to.
I'm not a fan of gummies.
Can I?
You need to smoke the real herb.
Do you want to know, honestly, where I think it all comes from? I think that it would be so weird to smoke something and then pass it to somebody else. I'm not a germaphobe, but I think that was really always my biggest turnoff.
You can smoke
that's what I'm saying. Just roll your own, just smoke your own.
Yeah.
I guess I just missed that, kind of.
I'll roll you one.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I know it's so when we went to Vegas, I wanted to go see the dispensary. I was very interested. So we go in there, and it's a high class operation. They go, well, what do you want? You want to get messed up? You want to go to sleep? You need to calm yourself down. Now it's all this, it's everything. And the same thing. Here's gummies. Here's brownies. Here's cookies. Whatever you want, And I thought about it. I really did. But I've never once in my life. Never. And again, I've been at concerts. Like some of it, I know it's all different. Like some of it smells like ass, and other smells pretty good.
It's nice not waking up with a hangover. Say that.
Well, that's kind of my same thing about why I keep pushing why it should be legal, right? Alcohol and tobacco, they are. No knock on that. If people want to smoke that, go ahead. I don't care. Just go crazy, man. Plus all the revenue, plus all the money. Like, dude, what are we doing? So, but Chris Perez was 10 years too early. 10 years ago, or 11 years ago today. The dog and the pot thing, 2013. This day, 1989. A mark that probably will never be seen again in sports. Because it's Wade and Gretzky, I'll tell you that. Ryan, he won the Hart Memorial Trophy. This day, 1999, which is the MVP. At that point, he had won 9 out of the last 10 MVPs.
Wow.
Like, even Patrick Mahomes won't go on a run like that. 9 out of the last 10 MVPs for Gretzky. This day, 89. This day, 1962, the first ever drive-through bank opened in Switzerland. It's so weird. I go to the bank maybe once a month.
I rarely.
Like, we have an ATM here that is my bank. So, like, if I need cash, I just grab it there. But, like, yeah, people used to have to go to the bank every day, every week, right? Deposit your paycheck. My mom told me the horror story of one of her friends one time. That, because she'd always, your parents grow, they're telling you life stories and, like, how to navigate things. And we went to the bank. My mom always told me, get a freaking envelope. She told me her friend one time. It was old school with her dad. Her dad got paid every Friday and got that check. And the way her friend's family operated back in, whatever, the 60s. 70s probably at this point. Go and just get cash. And that's where they live on. Her friend went to the bank. The money blew away out of her hand.
Oh, God.
And she goes, I tried to pick some of it up, but couldn't get it. So imagine coming home to your parents and go, yeah, the entire paycheck that you had for this week that we need to live on, it's blowing out to Lake Erie right now. So that was always but I can't tell you last time I've been in a bank. Like, drive-through, sure, but everything's mobile deposit now. Like, even a standard check. We got checks for our son's birthday, and I'll just mobile deposit and go right to his 529. So, mobile bank, or the drive-through bank, opened this day 1962. This day 1939, the Cleveland Indians set an American League record by not striking out a single time in a 16-inning game. Still fell to the Yankees 5-4. 16 innings. You didn't strike out once.
I remember that.
Ryan was there. A very happy birthday goes out to the late, great Mr. Thurman Munson. You know about Thurman Munson?
No.
So he was the captain of the Yankees, catcher. Great player, all-star. He was from Greene, Ohio. And his family was from Greene. And he was so homesick that he was teaching himself how to fly so he could fly from New York back to Cleveland on off days. And there was a lot of rumors that he wanted to just come play for the Indians. He's from Akron. It's where he unfortunately, on a practice landing, crashed the plane and passed away. Thurman Munson. Mike Modano, Allen Iverson celebrating a birthday today. Anna Kournikova, Jordan Clarkson. It's Christian McCaffrey's birthday today. Prince, the late great. Fetty Wap, Iggy Azalea, Liam Neeson, Bill Hader, Michael Cera, Dean Martin, Mick Foley, and Dave Navarro, all celebrating birthdays today. That's a pretty solid list of birthdays. All right, one movie for you to guess on today. We go back to this day, 1985. There's a lot of references I could make for this movie, but if I just said, hey, you guys,
The Goonies.
That is correct. Young Josh Brolin, Sean Astin, the chunk shuffle.
I've never seen it.
It's not it's okay. It's all right. It's not like it is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, The Goonies, this day, 1985. All right, one update our poll question. Scrolling down for me, please. First off, I forgot my dog's birthday yesterday. So we asked everybody, do you celebrate your pet's birthdays?
75-25.
All right,
yes.
I'm the a-hole. I fully admit it. I'll give him. I will make up for it. What do you get your dog for a birthday?
Treats.
The treat? He gets a treat every day.
A new toy.
He lives in a loving household where he can lay around and do nothing all day. It's the best life he could ever ask for. Next question. Talking about Nick Chubb. We started the show talking about Chubb, kind of updates on where he's at with his rehab and everything. What are your expectations for one Nicholas Jamal Chubb?
All right, leading is 54%. Back to elite.
All right. Fans are optimistic.
26%, 50% of the Chubb we know, and 19% won't be nearly the same.
I kind of voted that. I'm going in low. I hope he exceeds my expectations. I hope he can help this team out. But again, a lot of this offense goes back to Deshaun Watson. I can hope he has a running back to help him out. All right, speaking of helping out some people tonight, Ryan, let's go. We got to help you out with a big boost. Big boost. Big. This is the biggest one we've ever done. You need Josh Bell to do nothing. You need Jose Ramirez to do a little bit. You need Josh Naylor to do a little bit. And you need the Guardians to get a win. Ryan, we are boosted up to a healthy plus 3,000. Plus 3,500. Yeah, that's over there. Folks, get to Tipico. Download the app. Use the code Fontana150 for new customers. When you use the code Fontana150, if you deposit $150, you will get two $75 protected bets to use on whatever you want. And then again, you still got your $150 in there. On your way to cashback rewards, folks. They have the best cashback in the industry. They do. I just did my cashback yesterday, betting all the guards yesterday. Code Fontana150. Get signed up with Tipico. Get going for the NBA games this weekend as well. New customers, terms can apply if you have a gambling problem. Please call 1-800-GAMBLER. What do you got for game 2? What are you thinking for game 2? Celtics, Mavs. I got to take the Mavs. If I'm going to keep riding the Mavs to think they're going to win this series, they can't go in an 0-2 hole. They just can't.
Correct.
Do we have a line for that game yet? 7.
Yeah, half a point.
I got to take Dallas again. I don't really have a point, or I don't have a choice at this juncture of things, but we got to go. Do we got hockey? Tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow. We have NBA and hockey tomorrow? No, Sunday. Dude.
What?
I got to wait 2 more nights for another NBA game?
Wait, when's game 2?
Sunday.
It's not till Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow. I figured it'd be tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think tomorrow, too. You got the NHL tomorrow. Why did the NHL go tonight and let baseball or basketball go tomorrow? Doesn't matter. I'll be on the guards tonight. I'll be excited to see what the guards have. Again, a series that I fully expect them to win. I don't really think there's a way. I need them to sweep it out. I need them to look at some of these games and just know that you are the better player. Like, you have got a better player, better team. You have the better players. You are the better team. And I need to see a little bit of that onus. To not really look like, I look at it from this standpoint. This team is still learning. They're still finding their ways. They are better than what we expected them to be. And they're a little ahead of curve. I don't want to apologize for that. You know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in this position, make the most out of it. Like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You're here. You've got a lead. Get after it. And it's not that simple with baseball. Can't be raw emotion. Can't be going up there saying, I'm just going to jack a home run here. Play your game. Keep doing it. But I want so badly a sweep for the Marlins this weekend. Take care of it. And honestly, you know what I might do? Every game, I'm just going to bet a -1.5 to win.
There you go.
We'll see. Power rankings, ESPN. Yankees 1, Phillies 2, Orioles 3, Dodgers 4, Guardians stay at 5. David Schoenfield. Stephen Kwan returned last Friday after missing nearly a month and went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. And yesterday went 2 for 2 with a run scored. Kwan has been off to a great start. Meanwhile, David Fry continues to rake. He's made the team as the third catcher utility guy, but he's slashing .383, .515, .750 with 7 home runs and 18 RBIs in the month of May. Dude, 7 home runs in a month? There were guys, we were asking Miles Straw to do that over 3 years. Yeah. He's hit his way more or less in a regular status. Nobody saw like this coming with over 1,000 OPS, which is great. Dodgers, Orioles, Phillies, Yankees, the only teams ahead of you, man. Doesn't that feel good? That feels really good.
Oh, wait, Angelo says you're off your rocker for your Goonies take.
Oh, I don't like Goonies, man. Sorry, man. Sorry, bro. It's so weird. So you haven't seen it, right? Can I give you a quick premise here? There's a town.
Don't they treasure hunt or something?
Well, there's a developer that's going to buy out the town. And all these kids are going to lose their home. So they're the Goonies. They're supposed to be like the weird group, right? So you had Sean Astin, you had Chunk, you had a young Corey Feldman, and then you had the guy that played short round in Indiana Jones. He was in the group as well. Then Josh Brolin plays the older brother of, God, I can't remember his name, Sean Astin's character. And they find a treasure map. Mikey is his name. Brandon, Mouth, Chunk, Data. and they find a treasure map to go find a legendary, a myth. The story of the town was always One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship, his pirate ship. And they find a map to go find it, and they go off to save the town. Well, on the other side of things, there's a family, a mom and 2 sons that are bank robbers, and they somehow get intertwined. They go to this is where it starts. They go to a hideout. They go to this old restaurant where the family is held up after they rob a bank, and the kids find out who they are. So then they go off to find the treasure. The family follows them, and then they got a guy named Slough. It's the third member of the third son. He's disfigured, and they keep him chained up in the basement.
So did they save their homes?
Yes, they find the pirate ship. They find the pirate ship. Now, the thing is, the pirate ship ends up going off to sail or something, and they only have the treasure that's on them or something. I don't know. It's not great. I don't know. Again, Josh Brolin.
What's the truffle shuffle?
So Chunk, probably aptly named, is a little bit of an overweight kid. And they wouldn't let him in the house until he does the truffle shuffle. He pulls his shirt up and he dances.
Oh, like his tits?
Yeah.
I used to be able to do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all were there. So, and now that guy that played him is jacked and ripped. You see those child actors that what they become as an adult. It's all different like that. So, I'll put it this way. If it's on, I probably won't watch it. That's the mark of movies for me. I've seen it. It's fine. It's okay. Sorry to Angelo, but if it's on, I probably won't watch it. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, today's a big day for Big Play Big Bets. They have a guest coming on, do they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Griffey Betts.
Griffey Betts is coming on. So they're going to get ready they're going to get hockey going. All right, so that'll be good. So that's coming up today. I know yesterday was a big day for the Big Play Cincinnati guys. Chico did his show yesterday. We're all across the board right here at Big Play. Final thing, Ryan, though. Finals of our bracket. We keep forgetting. Well, let's run it for this weekend.
Yeah.
Best cereal. Do you know the 4?
Oh, I can find it real quick.
All right.
I forgot to look. Yes.
Okay.
So it's Reese's Puffs.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, fine. Those are the 1 and 2. Groups
Frosted
3 and 4.
Flakes and Lucky Charms.
My ass. They beat Fruity Pebbles. My ass.
Fruity Pebbles was second.
Frosted Flakes suck. I'm glad that Lucky Charms advanced.
So what are you voting for? I'll probably vote for Lucky Charms.
I probably would vote Lucky Charms too. That would probably be it. So we'll put that up at Matt Fontana's show. Vote for the weekend. We'll announce our winner on Monday. Oh, we're doing best directors on Monday. Don't forget that. Because we started talking about directors.
Christopher Nolan's a goat. That's
Spielberg might get it from me. So vote on that. Folks, have a hell of a weekend. Enjoy it. We'll talk to you on...
Wait, real quick. You know what's an overrated movie?
What?
Jaws.
You're doing that just to fuck with me. I know you are.
I've never seen it.
Watch it this weekend. How can you vote on a best director with Spielberg and not watch Jaws?
I know the premise, and it's such an old movie. I've never just gone back and watched it.
I'm telling you it holds up.
All right.
I am telling you it holds up.
Okay. I believe you.
I cannot believe you've never seen it.
Nope.
It is an amazing movie. It is an amazing... Do you need me to borrow? You mean to bring it in for? I've got it on Blu-ray.
So it's better than Jurassic Park is what you're saying?
Yes. And I love Jurassic Park. Okay. Jurassic Park's top 10 film for me all time.
Better than Batman.
Which one?
Any of them.
Jaws is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Yes. Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. Now, there's a lot of Batman in my top 10, but nothing touches Jaws for me. Hands down.
Fair enough.
So I require you to watch it. Enjoy it. Watch Jaws this weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. For Ryan Tyler, I am Matt Fontana, as always.